What's going on, everybody? It's Dave and welcome back to episode 6, I think it is, of Mid-Table Clash. Now, I don't know where to start this episode. Me and the other guys played it, spent a couple of hours on it. I think it was a couple of days ago now, and I was recording it, obviously talking, Facecam and everything, and when I've gone to edit the video to upload, none of my audio is recorded, and it's cut off where the match starts, which is really annoying. So I haven't actually got any gameplay. Luckily, Kurt's been very kind for me to jump on the game just to record my matches for the purpose of this episode. Of course, I always love to do a live com. Unfortunately, I can't do that today, just to the pure fact of my recording system playing up. So I will try and sort that out as soon as I can. Possibly change what I use to record and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's basically what's happening. We've got a face cam for this. Do the Skype call as usual at the end too, which the audio played it for that as well. But luckily I've got a backup for that. And what we're going to do, I'll start off, obviously we had those last 3 games. I think we finished off with Leicester. And after that game I actually had to have a board meeting where they were worried. So really, if that didn't go well, I could get sacked. It did go well. They responded well back. Had another board meeting. Again, same thing happened. So we're still in a job, but we've got 3 big games today. We've got who have we even got? We've got Norwich. Sorry, I couldn't think. Norwich, Palace, who's managed by Joe, one of the other managers, and then Watford. So it's possible 9 points, which we really need. I think 2 or 3 losses, and I won't be in a job by the end of this episode. So hope you enjoyed the episode. Sorry for the little rant slash babbling on at the beginning. But yeah, hope you enjoy the episode and we'll jump straight into the first game. What's up guys, it's Dave and welcome to my channel. Make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Now, watch this. Ugh. So of course we played Norwich first game, and these were the teams. We started with Fabianski in goal, then Neil Taylor, Ashley Williams, Jordi Amat coming in for a game. With Kyle Norton, then Shelby and Ki Sung Young playing in the middle, then Ayu and Sisto on the wings, and Adair and Gomis up front. Now, it's the 4-2-2 that we've been using, just with a slight twist. We changed a few of the roles, we changed a few of the instructions, brought Jordi Amat in, who's been, chomping at the bit to try and get a first team game, and we've given it him. We'll see what he can do anyway. Norwich are starting with a 4-2-3-1. John Ruddy's starting in net for them, then Dabo, Wisdom, Bennett and Martin at the back, Howson and Malumbu in the middle, Brady on the left, Dorrans in the middle, Redmond on the right, and Emma Bakani up top. So let's jump into this one and see how we got on. So the first goal of the game came here. We got Neil Taylor on the right hand side. He played into Shelby. Andre Ayew into Adair, playing some good football here on the left hand side. Taylor with a ball into Ayew. Again, playing it around, and Gomis with yet again another header. Very strong goal for us there. Bafetimbi Gomis with another goal to make it 1-0 to us. Now the second goal came not too long after. It was in the 25th minute. Ayew played it out to Ki Sung Young. Norton got quite lucky with the ricochet there, but another ball in, and it was a big boy Adair this time, the other striker, with another header to double our lead and to make it 2-0. Now the third goal of the game was one where it could have changed kind of the momentum of the game a little bit. It was still in the first half. We're in the 36th minute at this point, and Jordi Amat picked it up. Long ball wasn't great. Now Norwich had an opportunity to break here. Good long ball here to Emma Bakani. Slotted it into Redmond. It allowed Roddy Brady to tap it in. Now this really could have heated up the game a little bit, and just right before half time really as well. We had another chance coming into the second half. Ball half cleared here by Norwich, but Wayne Routledge picked it back up. Did well. Great run. Had a shot on goal. Hit off the post, and then luckily we got the ricochet off Big John Ruddy to make it 3-1. And then 15 minutes ago, Malumbu came in with its challenge. He was on a booking, so quite lucky there. Sigurdsson there collected it. Ball in. Oh, that was very close. Wisdom almost with an own goal. John really scurried to just keep that one in. This point of the game, I thought we needed one more to maybe kill the game off. We were 3-1 up at this time. Norwich put a bit of pressure on, but then we broke again. Gomis into Sigurdsson, great long ball towards Adair, who did very well and put it in for his second of the game. So a very strong performance there in the end. But I'll show you the stats here at the end of the game. Obviously a 4-1 victory. We got 17,000 crowd. Stats were very equal. We both teams did pretty well, but we just took our chances on the day. To score 4 goals from 5 on target is very decent. Basically all John Ruddy was doing was picking the ball out the back of the net. We had 54% possession to their 46, but there was quite a lot of bookings in this game, which was quite worrying. But Adair picked up man of the match. I think he got an 8.8 rating, so very solid from him indeed. But now we'll jump on to the next game against Joe, who is Crystal Palace manager. So in this game we made a couple of changes for our starting 11. Fernandez came in for Ashley Williams and Sigurdsson came in for an injured Ki Sung Young. But other than that, it was the same team that beat Norwich 4-1. Now Palace, who was managed by Joe, he played a 4-1-2-2-1 or 4-1-2-3 or whatever you want to call it. And he started Alex McCarthy in goal, Soiree, Keane, Scott Dan and Joel Ward at the back. MacArthur, Much and Kabay in those central 3 positions. On the wings he played Muddy Ganti and Bolassi, and up top he played Connor Wickham. So let's jump in and see the goals. So it started off with the corner. It was 55th minute and Jordi Amat with a beautiful header. Fernandez flicked it on, and you should have seen my live reaction to this goal. I was fist in the air and all sorts. We then doubled our lead. A great long ball here to Tavernier, the substitute. Played in another header from Bafa Timby Gomis. And a beautiful goal there. And as you can see by the stats, we absolutely battered them really. Now, we then made it quite tricky for ourselves just to see off the game. In the end, Joe Ledley picked this one up. He found Jordan Much into Shamak. Long ball into Yannick Bolassi, who played it across El Yunusi. Almost a double take of that Norwich goal that we conceded last game. Just that ball across the box and a tap into the back of the net. But overall, these were the stats. Now, man of the match wise, I think it was Federico Fernandez who put in a very decent performance of an 8.5. He's very solid. He got that assist as well, that little flick on. We battered Joe, to be fair, efforts wise. Possession was pretty even, but we had 23 shots on goal with just 8 on target, but he had 11. So we had 12 more shots in him. Obviously, Jordi Amat and Gomis grabbing our goals, and Mohamed El Yunusi grabbing them for Palace. So now let's jump on to the last game against Watford. Let's see if we can get 9 points out of a possible 9. So Watford are actually doing pretty decent in the league. Now they started with a 4-2-3-1. Aurelio Gomez in goal. Holibas, Britos, Prudel and Neom at the back. Kapue and Barami. There's 2 defensive midfielders. Then a very quick front 4. Now Montero, Gerardo, Ibarbo and Troy Deeney. Now he's playing with our 4-2-4. Changes from the last game. Sigurdsson came out for Ki Sung Young. And I think that was the only change for our starting lineup. So let's see if there was any goals in this one. Now it came in the 46th minute of the game. We a bit of a pinball in the area, going from end to end really. Aurelio Gomez fetched the ball just here. Long ball forward towards Montero. Played it into Deeney. Now look at that run from Ibarbo in through the back. Beautiful finish. He looked menacing all game, to be honest. And Watford then stole that win. 1-0 in the end. We'll check out all the final things. See how it finished. Ibarbo grabbing the only goal, but they look really menacing, to be fair. 16 shots to our 11. I mean, we had slightly more possession than them. It was a pretty even game. It was a fantastic running goal from Ibarbo, though, who I want a quick look at, actually. See how good he is, how quick he is. I mean, 19 and 20th place. You're not going to catch him. He's only on loan from Rome. I actually thought they'd signed him. He'd be a nice little signing, but I don't think I want to splash that sort of money for the time being. But there we go. That is the final game of this episode. Now, it has been a bit quick, and I do apologise for that. But we'll just show you a quick confirmation of those. So we went on that little horrible run, 4 losses on the bounce just there. But then, we just needed a couple of weaker teams to play, and then we'd gone and got a few victories. Now, I'll show you where this leaves us in the league. Now, we are 12th, and we've got JNO, who's 9th in the league here, West Brom. I'm 12th. Palace, which is Joe at 14th, who he dropped quite a bit, and Stoke dropped to 15th. Now, Kurt almost got sacked multiple times in this episode. He needed a result against Chelsea. I think he narrowly lost, and he picked up a couple of wins along the way now, so he's kind of safe. I think I'm safe, and JNO is working wonders now. despite him really struggling towards the start of the season. Now we're almost halfway through the season. J&O, I'll quickly show you his. I mean, we'll talk about the results in a minute, but he actually got a good win against Villa, good win against Newcastle, narrowly lost to Man U. But there is big transfer news that I need to talk to you guys about, and Sigurdsson is on his way out. Now he's going to Chelsea for £21 million, which is a big amount of money. Gylfi Sigurdsson. He's got good stats. He's a very good player, but I'm starting to play with these deep central midfielders. He's not as good there. So we may get rid of him. Good amount of money, can strengthen the team. Having a look at Borja Valero. I don't think he'll join. He's not interested. But he could be a huge shine if he decides to come. Looked at Loic Remy and all sorts. We'll discuss that in the next couple of episodes. We're almost actually in January, so not far away. Next episode, I play J&O at the end of that episode. So that should be a really, really fun game. But guys, that is the end of me talking on my own. There will be the Skype chat now. And if you did enjoy the video, please do drop it a like down below. I really do appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't already, check out some of my content over on the FM Scout channel now. Coming up to Christmas, we're going to be doing a FM16 giveaway. So if you haven't already got a copy of the game, you can win it over there. So make sure you subscribe to that channel so you're up to date with it. I'll probably announce it on my channel anyway, but just so you're one step ahead of the game anyway. So guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll look forward to seeing you on the Skype chat, and I'll see you all soon.
What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Johan Goodbye, misses penalties in big games against Manchester United away from home. And this is the part of the episode where we just talk about what has gone on. And seeing as I don't want to put myself up big-headed, I felt like I had the biggest episode until I found out also Dave had the biggest episode. So I'm going to start with Joe. How did your episode go?
How did my episode go? Well, I'd say, solid point against United. I did deserve to win, but I have a retard in my central midfield position that misses penalties.
Did you have a penalty?
I did, as a matter of fact.
Did you score the penalty?
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't.
Not good.
No, it's not. But it's good, I don't care. Then I played against Dave. I was looking to get my third head on that stake that's just waiting for him. But I actually decided to give him a win because I thought it was a bit harsh for me to get all of the heads on the stakes at the start of the season. So I'm going to wait until the reverse fixture when I'm at home. And then I played Arsenal and I deserved to win 8-0, but I lost 2-0.
Well, fair enough, and I'll leave the best until last. I felt the most eventful, but also probably the best episodes fell to J&O. How did your episode go?
Well, I'd like to think the best episode is always my episode. But it seemed to be going swimmingly against Aston Villa. 3-0 win. Nice. Man United picked up the first goal in our game, and it was because of an Ashley Young dive.
Ooh.
At least Football Manager is getting some realism in the game. We managed to pull it back to 1-1, and then a suspect decision by the referee allowed them to score another goal when it should have been offside. Then McManaman got sent off, and at the end of the game, I looked at the little box at the bottom left, and it said, Michael Oliver will probably be hated by the away fans because he decided to give nearly all the decisions to the home team. So I officially hate Michael Oliver, and I reckon I would have got 9 points if it wasn't for him. Then we went to have a game at home against Newcastle, and we went 1-0 down at the beginning, and I was like, Michael Oliver has completely destroyed the morale of my team. But then we went 3-1 up. Jakob picked up a knock. I thought, okay, better take him off. Put Ziccolini in, and then we literally had to hold on to get a victory as Newcastle tried to fight back. Taking off Jakob seemed to be a really bad decision, but we still picked up the 3-2 win. And fortunately, that meant I stay at the top out of the four of us, and I'm now 9th, so top half of the table.
So J&O's the latest person to move into that top spot of that. It seems to change every single episode.
I've had it 2 episodes in a row, just for the record.
I had it for multiple episodes.
I'm coming for that record, Joe. I'm coming for that record.
Yeah.
And lastly, before we move on to myself, we've got Swansea City and Dave, who this episode went pretty well for you, but it could have gone somewhere different, I hear.
Yeah, I mean, start of the episode, I had a message in the inbox, and they wanted a meeting after the loss against Leicester. I think it was 4 losses on the bounce, and we haven't had a good run at all. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna get sacked here. But they were. I said it was a bad game, and Leicester were too good. And oh yeah, Leicester were. We understand that. I was like, all right then. Then 2 days later, I had another inbox saying they're disappointed with the squad harmony. They want another meeting. I thought twice in a row they're gonna sack me now, surely. And then they were saying, okay, we trust you to build the happiness up again. I was like, oh, okay then. And I thought I'd do a J&O on it. Swap my tactic around, and it seemed to work wonders. Beat Norwich 4-1, I think it was.
Yeah.
A really strong
Yeah.
performance there. Early goals, just took our chances really. Gomez and Adair working up top well together. Second game, played Joe. But it was really even, to be fair, first half. He came into it a lot more as the half went on. Swapped to control from attack to control at half time and grabbed the 2 goals against him. Then he grabbed that late consolation, which was I was a bit angry about because I wanted a clean sheet. But either way, it was 3 points. And went into the last game against Watford, hoping that I'd get 9 points out of 9. And they just used their pace on the wings. Montero and Ibarbo. Ibarbo could have scored 4 in the first 10 minutes. But he decided to leave it just after half time, and Watford just held on for the victory. So a bit frustrating not to get the 9 points. But got 6 out of a possible 9. It's a really strong episode either way.
I think the fact that Montero is an ex-Swansea player, maybe.
Player I sold as
would
well,
you?
yeah. So.
Yeah, it's sold this season.
Yeah.
Lastly, going on to myself, as you may have seen at the end of the last episode, I had to have a meeting because I hadn't scored in 4 games. I hadn't won in 7 games. And that continued as I drew 1-1 with... Actually, I scored against Bournemouth, which I was surprised about, but I wasn't there for that game. I was eating pizza. I drew that game 1-1.
And you
at
wonder
least I've
why
got
your
my
results
priorities
have gone
right.
the way they have.
Ojibola claims holy pizza came down from above and helps him.
You sound like a reverse Ranieri or something.
I'm going to find this... I'm going to
yeah?
find some Italian assistant manager or a coach called with a second name Pizza. Just to stick an assistant manager.
You need to sign ex-Wolves player George Margarita. Yeah,
Just get loads of toppings just as your backroom staff.
pepperoni or something like that.
Just
Yeah.
some like pepperoni, get onion in there a lot. But I lost 2-1 against Chelsea. I blame Glenn Johnson for that because every single time Chelsea picked up the ball, whoever was on the pitch, launched it towards Eden Hazard, just over the top, diagonal ball, anywhere towards Hazard, and he abused us, grabbed 2 goals, 1 from the spot. Johnson currently somehow got a 7.0. So I docked 4 weeks away. Well, I would have if it would have given me the option. Went into West Ham thinking, if I don't win here, then this must be it because I can't I can't not win in 10 games and keep my job. But I won. Hosselu and Afellay managing to rekindle their connection, assisting each other, and then Philip Walsheld, I don't know how he put it in, but he somehow scored a goal to make it 3-1. And I move on, hopefully looking to build on that and get some more wins on there. And as far as the table is concerned, J&O is the only person sitting on the top half of the table, so it's not mid-table clash, it's mid/relegation table bash. As we...
Bash.
Whoa, this is taking a turn. Awkward.
Okay. I have nothing to say.
All right, then, Mourinho.
But I think I moved up the table a bit. J&O is, of course, is still moving up. And then you've got Swansea moving up. Then you've got Palace. Who aren't doing that well at the moment.
Look, we've hit a bit of bad form, and we needed to sign
A new central defender.
So I did just that. And, next episode, I'm going to have a serious look at my team and completely change my tactics. Because I need to stop being so... I've forgotten the word.
Shit.
Yeah, no, that...
I'm glad
that's-
you did
that's
that, Kurt.
the
I was holding
That's
back.
the point. I can't be bothered to think what the word is.
Well, thank you for that input. Anyway, on to what we're doing.
Naive!
On to what we're doing next episode. I've got 3 games. I've got Southampton at home. Hopefully we're looking to get 3 points against them. Then I've got Villa at home. We'll be looking, if I don't get 3 points against them, then I'll be worried because they're in 19th and basically playing like Palace at the moment, which is awful. Then I've got a away game against Liverpool to end off. Tough game at midweek, but if we're edging closer towards the January transfer window, which I've got to abuse this time round. Not much to say about that. Hopefully, if I get 9 points, I'll be happy. Then we move on to Crystal Palace, who are thinking, because you've got a Capital One Cup game, Sean.
Yeah, I have
I'm-
Chelsea first.
I feel like I'll just let you play at some point, and just because no one else has got a
Oh.
game between then. If then
Oh,
girls don't mind.
thanks, Kurt. I mean, I was looking forward to playing Football Manager one day. I've got,
Just
I've
come
got
on and just play the game
Chelsea.
and see
I've
if
got-
you win.
I might win. I've got to play Vardy, so I'm going to lose that game.
Yeah, you got Leicester next.
Then I got Watford, and then I
Mhm.
got Norwich. So these are all games that if I don't win, I'm going to be hanging in my resignation. Especially if the moustache goes. Hashtag keep the moustache.
Well, you should be looking to get some wins, especially as you beat Norwich in the previous round of the Capital One Cup. So not to put any pressure on you, but you definitely need to win that one. Moving on to Swansea, and Dave has a party. He's got away game against Everton, away game against Sunderland, and a huge home game against the informed team out of the four of us, JNO's West Brom. What are your thoughts on that one?
Out of the 3 games, I think I'll be happy to get 4 points. I think I'll get a win against Sunderland. I mean, they're struggling. They're down 17th. But out of Everton and Jano, I reckon I get a point out of either of those. I mean, if I could surprise myself and get more, then I'd be very happy with that. But I think it depends how Jano's team turn up. I think sometimes, he's performing so well against the bigger teams. Sometimes it can take a little team maybe to knock him back into reality. But I don't know if it'll be me on that certain day. And I think we may struggle against Everton, especially as we're away from home. But 4 points out of those 3 games, I think I'd take it, to be honest.
Perfectly respectable response. Then we move on to JNO, who, as you know, last game of the episode, he's got Swansea. Second to last or middle game, you've got Jamie Vardy, so don't chat shit, otherwise you will get banged. And then you've got a tough game against the league leaders, currently Arsenal. You have got them at home, though. Your thoughts on those 3 games?
I really want to chat shit. But
I
I know
mean,
what
basically-
happens when people do that. So
Sure, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's all good. Jamie Vardy's shit. So I'm now gonna concede 3 goals just by Jamie Vardy, and I'll celebrate that.
I'll be honest, I'm gonna look for around 4 points as well. I am facing the league leaders. We know my record against people or actual players in this episode is a bit up and down. Managed to beat you, Kurt, but then got annihilated by Joe, so I don't know what to expect in that game. And yeah, Leicester, they're not actually that high up in the table, but you never know what Leicester's going to turn up, so I'll be happy with 4 points.
Perfectly respectable again. And that is that for this episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I'm glad that neither me and Dave got sacked, because that would have been bad that we got sacked at the end of November. And this has still got a good 6 months to go in this season. But thank you guys for watching nonetheless. Remember to like everyone's videos, watch everyone's videos. Their channels will be in the description of every single video. Hopefully Joe will actually upload when everyone else uploads this week.
Oh, it's been said.
Look, I had a decent excuse.
You didn't tell me.
I saw it pop up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Gingy X has uploaded Mid-Table Clash episode 5. I was like, what? We uploaded that like last week?
Yeah.
I thought I'd missed the recording. I thought you guys had recorded without me.
Ah,
I
Jay
left
knows
my
sold all his best
headset.
players today. Decided it.
I left my headset at home, so I couldn't record my voice. So I couldn't do certain parts of the episode that I didn't do because I'm lazy. I'm usually playing Fallout, which I was doing again today. So
Coming soon to Gingy X's channel, Fallout.
yeah. So make sure you guys, if you stick around, wait a few days before you check out my channel, because it'll be on 7 weeks after theirs.
He's a terrible person. But thank you guys for watching.
I haven't unleashed the preview yet of the Mid-Table Clash.
God, you even interrupt like Kurt's signing out.
John did it for the past 3 minutes, and then we started about Fallout. I thought, what's this got to do? Where do we get into Fallout? But nevertheless, guys, thank you all for watching. Any final words, everyone? But peace from me. I'll see you all later.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I'm not saying bye.
For God's sake.
He'll say it in 2 weeks.